Namaste. Today we are going to talk about the Guru series. Now, many people are what you call it, the followers of Nityananda are actually very upset with me for certain reasons. Their Guru is not according to the standard and according to the caliber which we had told at across. But they were very deeply disappointed, so I want to make certain clarification and certain amends with regard to his sadhana. First of all, Nityananda is doing, if at all he is doing a sadhana, he is doing a tantric sadhana. He is not doing a sattvic sadhana. Now, for example, you take Shankaracharya, you take the Akhadas, there are various Akhadas in India, there are various gurus. Now, most of them claim, for example, Satya Sai Baba, all of them claim to do sattvic sadhana. They do bhajans, they do japa, they do yoga. There are variety of people who do this particular type of sadhana across. So first of all, if you are going to enter into Nityananda, that is Nityananda of Bidadi, who started something called in Kailasha, or who ran away to some remote island which he named it as Kailasha, he is doing a tantric sadhana. Now get that thing very clear into your mind. If you are going to do a tantric sadhana, you cannot have a normal lifestyle, you cannot have a normal living, you cannot have the normal codes and conducts into the particular ways of living. Now, this is something very confusing for many people. In tantric sadhana, all the barriers are broken. For example, they are allowed to have sex, they are allowed to drink, they are allowed to smoke, they are allowed to eat non-veg. So this is the problem with the Nityananda people. Now if he is going to say you can have non-veg, if he is going to say you can have sex, now it is happening in the ashram, that is a different story. Now people will not come. So the first contradiction in the Nityananda group and the gang is the sadhana is tantric, the practices are tantric, but the way he propagates and the way he tells to people, it is as if it is sattvic. Now that is something which in itself is a contradiction. The second part of the sadhana is he is a worshipper of the devata called Bhairava. Now he doesn't worship Shiva, he does not worship the sattvic rupa of Shiva. In fact, many of the followers talk about worshipping the Bhairava. He talks about worshipping the Bhairava. He promotes the worshipping of the Bhairava. In fact, he goes ahead and tells to people to swear on Bhairava.
Hi everyone, என்னோட பேர் ஷியாம். நான் வந்து ஸ்ரீ K.B.Gopalakrishnan அவர்கள்ட்ட தான் நான் கைடன்ஸ் எடுத்துக்கிறேன். ஸோ சார் வந்து எனக்கு ரொம்ப நாளாகவே வந்து என்னோட கல்யாணத்துலேருந்து ஆரம்பித்து குழந்தை பிறக்கிறது இந்த மாதிரி ஒவ்வொரு ஏரியா ஆஃப் லைஃப், என்னோட கேரியர், பர்சனல் லைஃப், ப்ரொஃபஷனல் லைஃப்னு ஒவ்வொரு ஏரியாலையுமே எனக்கு கைடன்ஸ் கொடுத்துருக்காரு. அவர் கொடுக்குற கைடன்ஸ் எப்படி இருக்கும் அப்படின்னா, நீங்கள் வந்து ஷார்ட்டாக அப்படியே நீங்கள் ஒரு மெடிக்கல் ப்ரிஸ்கிரிப்ஷனை எப்படி நீங்கள் வந்து கண்மூடித்தனமாக ஃபாலோ பண்ணுவீங்களோ அந்த மாதிரி நீங்கள் ஃபாலோ பண்ணலாம்.
என் பேர் நடராஜன். நான் இங்கே வந்து கோபாலகிருஷ்ணன் சார்கிட்ட தான் கைடன்ஸ் எடுத்துருக்கேன். நான் போன வருஷம்லாம் எப்படி இருந்தேன்னு எனக்கு தெரியும். இங்கே வந்து நான் ரொம்ப சந்தோஷமாக இருக்கேன். அவரோட கைடன்ஸால் தான் இப்போவும் இருக்குது. என்னோடய ஃபேமிலியும் நல்ல ஹாப்பியாக இருக்கேன். இப்போ இருக்கிறதுக்கு கோபாலகிருஷ்ணன் சாரோட கைட்லைன்ஸ் தான். தேங்க்யூ.
நமஸ்காரம் சார். என் பேர் ஸ்ரீனிவாசன். நான் K.B.Gopalakrishnan சார்கிட்ட ஒர்க் பண்ணுறேன். அவர் கொடுத்த கைட்லைன்ஸால் நல்ல நிலைமையில் இருக்கேன். ரொம்ப கஷ்டப்பட்டு இருந்தேன். இப்போ நானும் என் ஃபேமிலியும் ரொம்ப ஹாப்பியாக இருக்குது. நிம்மதியான லைஃப் நல்லா இருக்குது.
ஸோ எல்லாருக்குமே வந்து ஐ ஸ்ட்ராங்லி ரெக்கமெண்ட் K.B.Gopalakrishnan சாரோட கைடன்ஸ். அவரோட கைடன்ஸை எடுத்துக்கோங்க, லைஃப்பில் கண்டிப்பாக க்ரோ ஆகலாம். தேங்க்யூ ஸோ மச்.
Now, the third part of it is whenever you are going to do Bhairav sadhana, the bali will happen. The bali means you will have to offer a ritual sacrifices of the human being. Now, it can happen in terms of a ritual or it can happen in terms of a twist and turn. For example, there is a lady who goes on to speak. Her daughter was admitted in the Nityananda's thing. She was in some kind of an IT wing. She got caught of a lot of videos. She wanted to publish all the videos and there was some problem. She was beaten to death across as a person and there was a huge controversy. Her body was dug out again and again. So please understand that is the ritual sacrifices of the human being is practiced in Bhairav sadhana. Now they are the people who are called as the Kapalika Marga. In the Kapalika Marga, generally women are offered as the ritual sacrifice. Now, do I have a spiritual reference for that? Yes. First, in the Vikramaditya story, the Vetal was actually offered as the ritual sacrifice by the sadhu who asked Vikramaditya to bring the body. The sadhu approaches Vikramaditya. He says in the other end of the Samshan, there is a particular preta is there, that is the body is there. You put the preta and bring. That the preta was offered as a ritual sacrifice. In fact, the preta warns Vikramaditya saying that the magician, the Agori or the Kapalika will offer you to the Patala Bhairavi. So please be careful about that. And the story goes on how Vikramaditya in turn offers the Agori itself as a bali. So the point is, in Agori, in Kapalika Marga, they are supposed to offer ritual sacrifices which Nityananda had done. Though there will be a lot of denial, though there will be a lot of what you call camouflaging, though there will be a lot of things, he had gone ahead and done that. Now, which is called as the Narabali, the ritual offering of the people. Now, can he tell this outside to people? No, he cannot tell this outside to people because this will be taken as a very strong antisocial element and he will be put behind the bars. So, if our Lenin Muthukarupan or anybody who accuses him like that of that Sharma or anybody accuses him, they must have seen the ritualistic offering of these people across or some kind of a conflict will happen and they will kill that person. So the point is, now this is a important tradition. The other one is the reference wise, if you want the scriptural reference, you please read the book called Tibetan book called Guha Samaja Tantra. You also please read the book called Chakravamsa Tantra. You also read the Vatuka Bhairava Sadhana Tantra. Now this Vatuka Bhairava Sadhana Tantra is there in Hindi, whereas these two books, Guha Samaja Tantra and Chakravamsa Tantra, are available in the Tibetan books and the English translations are done by the Lama. Now this was practiced by some of the biggest yogi in the Tibetan cycle, like that of the Gampopa, Milarepa, like those kind of people had practiced that. Now the problem with this particular thing is this particular type of tantra believes in ritualistic offering of the human being. So please do not get yourself confused about that. And basically in Tantra Marga, the Guru can offer the disciple as a bali. The Guru can sleep with the wife of the disciple. This is all accepted. For example, if you see the tradition of Milarepa, which is called as the Blackhead sect, which is called as the Kaigu lineage, in the early part of it, it is the Tilopa, Naropa, Marappa, and then you have the Milarepa and the Gamopa is there. Now it is clearly indicated that the Tilopa actually had actually found his guru, who was actually what he called, was actually taking the fish and washing it with water, but he was liberating them. And he actually asked, Naropa was asked to bring a lot of kheer, lot of payasam. And because of that he got thrashed, and after that the Guru did the miracle, he awakened across. And it is said Naropa slept with certain people's wives. So the point is, these are all accepted, these are all considered as the antisocial behavior. In the Tantric textbook, they clearly write that the role of the mother, sister, brother and all is dissolved. You can use anybody as a consort. In Shav Sadhan, it is told that you can kill somebody and offer it as a sadhana of a person's body. You can offer it. Now, can you cross those boundaries? Can you cross those bizarre ways of doing things? Now, this is not possible, and it is considered anti-social in many parts of the world. So this is the contradiction of the Nityananda sadhana. He is tantric and he uses a tamasic deity of Bhairava, and the Narabali is offered, and there are many boundaries which can be crossed over since he is doing the tamasic tantric sadhana. He is not even doing the right hand path, he is doing the left hand path. Now, does he have occult powers? Does he have the power to have the claims, whatever he is doing? That is all a big question mark. Does he have a gift of gab? Yes, an astonishing gift of gab he has, which we are not denying it. But this is the problem. And there is something called as the Yogini Chakra. You can go to Orissa, it is there in Jarial, it is there, is the Chatusha Yogini Peet. That sadhana Nityananda must have perfected in his past life. That is why so many women get attracted to him. A lot of beautiful women get attracted to him across, and whether he is having a physical contact with them, whether he is not having a physical contact with them, all that thing is a question mark. So when you are going to do a tantric sadhana, please don't tell to people that you are going to do a sattvic sadhana. That is why a lot of women are there, they dress beautifully. He calls them some kind of a Shiva's angels or something like that. But basically these are things which are not practiced in the common form of society. Common people are not allowed to practice these paths. You need a qualification, you need a training, you need a scriptural knowledge, and you need to be away from the world. The problem with Nityananda is he did not tell that this was the sadhana, what he was doing. I do not know whether he was aware of it. There was so much of damage which was done across to the people by doing this kind of sadhana. A damage is a damage. Whether somebody ran out of the ashram, whether somebody got killed, whether you put a court case, all that is all very, very different. The problem is he was there practicing in South India where Bhagavan Ramana's influence was so tremendous. In fact, world over, you can call Tiruvannamalai as the epicenter of Advaita capital. So, if that is the influence, the Tantric sadhana was never part of the mainstream of what you call it as sadhana in Tamil Nadu, in South India. So many people found it very bizarre, very strange, and also used to exploit people by showing them, I want to do this project, I want to do the project, and used to take money. And I have heard cases where people were made to sleep like Gerald Epstein, and they were tape recorded and they were blackmailed and the money was extorted. Now, if somebody doesn't know who is Gerald Epstein, please go ahead and read it, and that will give you a very good idea. Whether a guru who is doing a tantric sadhana is allowed to do all those things is a question mark. Just like Gerald Epstein, he has got an island now that is far away from the civilization across. So the question of Nityananda trying to give moksha, trying to give liberation is all humbug, because the problem is he himself did not know the kind of sadhana he was doing. He was getting carried away. It was like a Ganga flowing. He didn't know what was happening. He was allowing things to happen, and things were happening the way the tantric sadhana would happen. There was no control. So ultimately, like in all tantric sadhana, he had enemies. He didn't know how to curb and quell the enemies. Ultimately, he thought the best way to solve the problem is, because he didn't want to go into the jail, he didn't want to get arrested like Asharam Babu or Dera Satya Sauda. He took a better route because Chunna was there who prosecuted Jayalalitha. He was a no-nonsense guy. He was very, very clear, and there was a lot of acquisition. There was a lot of evidence coming into the courtroom. So he decided to run down a cross. Now the question is, many people will ask, what is the future of Nityananda? Very, very simple. He'll continue to be in Kailash. He might not return to India. He will have a lot of gold bars and biscuit. And obviously the law of karma will take its course. As I already told you, somebody will close to him, will poison him to death. But he himself has spoken in the video that nobody can kill me, nobody can do it. But then the number of Bali will happen, because there is no rule, there is no law. People can disappear without any rhyme or reason. So please don't believe that Nityananda sadhana is sattvic. He will liberate you. In the tantric sadhana, the guru can give the bali of the disciple. The guru can kill, the guru can sleep with the disciple's wife. A variety of barriers will be broken across. Whether you can take all those antisocial behavior is a very, very big problem across. There is somebody called Aslan, who is a reporter who goes to the Agori Marga and tries to find out how they are doing. He just could not open the energy, and he found it very, very difficult. It's a black vortex path. It is not meant for everyone. It is definitely not meant for common people. It is not meant for householders and people who work in the corporate company. So don't get carried away and don't write some bullshit because you have some comment section about me. I am very clear. I understand so clearly. That is why I am trying to help you across. He might have spoken about Vijnana Bhairava Tantra, for which he does not practice. He might have spoken about Viveka Chudamani, which is not part of the Tantric scripture. Tantra is black vortex. How you reach God is very, very different. Gate gate paragate samyukta paragate bodhi swaha. Beyond the great beyond, to that beyond, I bow down. So the point is, Tantra sadhana is merging, completely dissolving and disappearing. Advaita sadhana is opposite. So the question is, it's a very feminist path. So the point is, it's a Gupta sadhana. It has to be done by the secret. It cannot be massified, and it cannot be like spread to everybody. And many people have done Vraja Homam without knowing the ritual impact. That is why many people's life has got shattered about it. So please be very careful. Don't get carried away by all these half-baked people who does not have a scriptural reference. I am quoting scriptures. Guha Samaja Tantra, Chakravamsa Tantra, Yogini Tantra. I am quoting. So find out there. It will all be there. That Jariyal, that Chatusha Yogini Peeth, all that will be there. Now that once you understand, you will know what kind of sadhana he was doing across. Now for me, everybody is doing a sadhana. Whether we like it, whether we don't like it, everybody is doing a sadhana. So the entire part is, now many people will get upset about what I am speaking. Please take the essence of it. Don't take the form part of it and get lost. You cannot do the sadhana if you are a corporate guy. And it is not a mass sadhana. Not many people are capable of doing that, and it requires enormous amount of practice, preparation, understanding, because it borders between no good and no bad, and definitely Nityananda did not have the capacity. He simply used it as a way of accumulating of a wealth. Now, whether it is right or wrong is a different story. Please don't get yourself damaged. Whether you can handle it or not is a different story. You will get yourself damaged. You send your children across, it is like sending into military camps. They will get shot, they will get killed. So don't do all that thing. In Hinduism is very vast, very deep. Many people have not understood it because it is so vast and deep. They want to have a very superficial understanding about it. So please understand that I have quoted scriptures, I have quoted the names. Go ahead and read historically. You will understand what I am trying to say. It's a tantric sadhana, not fitted for everybody. It is a tamasic sadhana. It has to be done in the gupt way. It cannot be done in the open way, and it will have an opposition across. Thank you so much. I have been getting immense response. So that's why we are beginning the Guru series once again. I really wish I would be useful to many people across. Thank you.